Most people think they are saving money in the United States, but the truth is, they are only feeling like they are saving. Let me be honest with you right from the start. If you are working hard, earning a steady income, and still ending every month wondering where your money went, you are not alone. But you are also not in control. And that is the uncomfortable truth nobody wants to talk about. Now imagine this. You work 20, 25, maybe 30 years. You earn millions over your lifetime. But at the end of it, you still feel financially stressed. No real freedom, no real safety cushion. Just bills, EMIs, and constant pressure. That is the reality for a large number of middle-class households in the U.S. today. And the reason is not low income. It is broken saving behavior. Most people don't realize this, but saving money is not just about cutting expenses. It is about understanding how money flows out of your life without you noticing. And today, I'm going to break down why most people stay broke even while saving and what you can do differently starting today. Let's start with the first problem: lifestyle inflation. Here's a simple example. A person gets a raise, maybe from $60,000 to $80,000 a year. Instead of increasing savings, they upgrade their car, move to a slightly nicer apartment, eat out more, and subscribe to more services. Nothing feels wrong in the moment, but their savings? Almost unchanged. The mistake is thinking higher income automatically creates wealth. The truth is, higher income usually creates higher spending. The solution is simple but not easy. When you get a raise, you must decide in advance where that extra money goes. If you don't assign it, your lifestyle will claim it instantly. A good rule is to increase your savings rate every time your income increases, even if it is just by 10 to 20% of the raise. Now, let's talk about the second issue: invisible expenses. This is where most people lose control without even realizing it. Think about subscriptions, delivery apps, coffee runs, impulse, online shopping. One person might say, "It's just $10 here and there." But let me tell you something real. I've seen people spending $400 to $800 a month on things they can't even remember buying. The mistake here is not tracking small expenses. The solution is awareness. You don't need to become obsessive, but you do need a monthly review of where your money actually goes. Because money you don't track is money you lose. Third, emergency dependence. Most Americans say they are saving, but they don't have a proper emergency fund. So when a medical bill, car repair, or job gap happens, they go straight to credit cards. For example, someone has $2,000 in savings but faces a $3,000 emergency. Suddenly, they are in debt again. That one event wipes out months of discipline. The mistake is saving without protection. The solution is building a basic emergency fund first, even if it is small. 1 month of expenses is better than 0. It gives you breathing room, and breathing room prevents debt traps. Now let's move to the fourth issue, and this one is psychological. People confuse being busy with being financially responsible. Working hard feels like progress, but working hard without structure is just exhaustion. I've seen people earning 6 figures who still live paycheck to paycheck because they never built a system for their money. The mistake is relying on effort instead of systems. The solution is automation. Set your savings to happen automatically. Treat savings like a bill you must pay, not something you do if money is left over. Now here's the reality check most people avoid. Saving money in America is not just a financial skill. It is a behavioral skill. And if your behavior does not change, your income won't matter. You can double your salary and still stay broke if your spending habits grow at the same speed. Let me be even more direct. Most people are not poor because they don't earn enough. They are poor because they never learned how to keep money. So, here are a few simple action steps you can start immediately. First, track every expense for the next 7 days. Second, identify one subscription or habit you don't need and remove it today. Third, set up an automatic transfer to savings, even if it is just 5% of your income. And fourth, build a goal for an emergency fund that covers at least 1 month of expenses. Start small, but start consistently. And I want to hear from you. Tell me in the comments, what is the one thing you feel is blocking your savings right now? If this message helped you see money differently, subscribe to the channel, because in the next video, I will break down how middle-class families can build wealth even on an average income. Now, in part 2, let's bring everything together and talk about what actually separates people who stay stuck financially from those who slowly but surely build real stability in the U.S. Let me be honest with you. Most people think the final answer is just earn more money. But that is only half the truth. Because if earning more was enough, then almost every high-income household would be financially free. And we know that's not the case. You've probably seen people making good salaries, yet still living paycheck to paycheck. The missing piece is not income. It is structure and discipline over time. Now here is what really changes everything. Wealth is not built in big moments. It is built in small decisions repeated every single month without fail. Think about someone earning a moderate income, but they consistently save 10 to 20%, avoid unnecessary debt, and invest slowly. Over 10 to 15 years, they become financially stable. Now compare that with someone earning double, but spending everything they earn. The second person looks successful but feels broke. That difference is not luck. It is behavior. Let's talk about a common mistake people make at this stage of life. Many people in their 35s and 40s start thinking they are late. They panic. They try to fix everything quickly. They take risky investments, or they try to drastically cut their lifestyle overnight. And most of the time, they fail within months. The mistake is thinking financial recovery is a sprint. It is not. It is a long-term system. The solution is consistency, not intensity. You don't need extreme changes. You need stable habits. For example, increasing your savings rate by just 1 to 2% every few months, or investing small amounts regularly instead of waiting for a perfect time. Because perfect time never comes. Time in the market matters more than timing the market. Now here is something very important that most people ignore. Inflation is silently working against you every single year. If your money is just sitting idle, it is actually losing value. So saving alone is not enough anymore. You need to combine saving with basic investing awareness. Even simple, low-risk investments over time can protect your money from losing purchasing power. Another big issue is emotional spending. Many people don't overspend because they need things. They overspend because they feel stressed, tired, or rewarded after hard work. A long workday turns into online shopping. A stressful week turns into weekend spending. The mistake is using money as emotional relief. The solution is separating emotions from financial decisions. Give yourself a delay rule. If you want to buy something non-essential, wait 24 hours. In most cases, the urge disappears. Now, let's be very clear about the reality. Financial freedom in America is not built on income alone. It is built on control. Control over spending, control over habits, and control over time. And the people who build wealth are not always the smartest or the highest earners. They are simply the most consistent with boring financial habits that others ignore. If you take only one thing from this video, take this. You don't need a perfect financial life. You need a controlled one. Because control leads to stability. Stability leads to growth. And growth, over time, becomes freedom. So here are your final action steps. First, commit to tracking your spending for at least 30 days, not just 1 week. Second, automate your savings so you never rely on willpower. Third, start or strengthen your emergency fund until you can cover at least 3 months of basic expenses. And fourth, choose one small investment habit you can stick to consistently, even if it feels slow at the beginning. And finally, remember this: you are not late. You are just early in building the right system. Most people never build it at all. That is why they stay stuck. If this message made sense to you, share it with someone who needs a financial reality check. And subscribe to the channel, because in the next video, I will show you how to build a simple money system that works even if you are starting from zero or rebuilding after debt.